Welcome to the Legion Outriders podcast, your source for the latest Legion news, opinion, and analysis. And now, the Outriders.
Hello, Outriders, and welcome to episode 141 of the Legion Outriders podcast, a podcast devoted to Star Wars and Star Wars Legion. I'm Outrider Matt, and with me today, Outrider Dan. How you doing, sir?
Just the Outriders. No
Just
outside-
the Outriders,
no
no
outsiders.
outsiders,
Yep.
no otherworldly influences here. But we got a lot to talk about. There's news coming out of D23, a little bit of Asmodee news, a little bit there.
No. Well, Star Wars news. We'll
Star
get
Wars
more
news.
into that.
Yeah. So there's some news coming up there, plus some game notes from Dynamic Exit.
Yes.
Stage left.
We posted that on the Facebook that you and Jeff got a game of the new OP kit in.
Yeah.
Yes, with all of the half range tool glory. That was
Okay,
there.
I can't wait to hear
Yes.
because you were very insistent about that,
Yes.
as I would expect. But before we get started, we'd like to take a second to thank our patrons that make recording and publishing this show possible. If you'd like to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/Legion Outriders. So, some news.
Yeah.
D23 is happening right now.
Yes, as we're recording, they
Yeah.
are actually. That's day 2 of 3.
So we're getting some late-breaking news on
Yes.
that front. But
one piece of news that came out before D23, and we're expecting maybe a little confirmation on this
Okay.
during D23. The Hollywood Reporter reported that Ezra, the guy who'll be playing Ezra in the new Ahsoka series, will be Iman Estefandi. I probably mispronounced that. I haven't seen any of his work before, but if you look up a picture of him, he is...
I'm going to go with Eamon Esfandi.
Esfandi?
Yes.
Probably.
What a pretty man. Oh my goodness.
Oh yes. But he is like spot on for the character.
And honestly, for the age they're supposed to be, I think that'll be really good.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure where it's from. I see you put in here where they were in King Richard.
He was in King Richard, an upcoming film called The Inspection.
Oh, okay.
And his last film before that was in 2018. I glanced at his IMDb. Nothing that I really recognize jumped out, but
yeah.
So
that's cool.
That's Star Wars' MO is grabbing not mainstream actors for the lead roles. So.
But, I mean, it's not like they're picking up Harrison Ford or something to come play him.
Yeah.
Wait.
But coming out of D23, like we mentioned, yesterday was the first day, and as for actual Star Wars related things, there wasn't much. There was a lot of news coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The Splash Mountain Princess and the Frog retheme, and
the Little Mermaid live action.
Yes, the Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh yeah.
But they did have a little bit of Star Wars news, and I'm going to be honest with you, kind of disappointing Star Wars news.
Really?
In the video games panel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Of course, they talked about actually the Marvel game they announced actually does look pretty cool.
Is that the Midnight Suns?
No, it was the Captain America.
Oh yeah. I saw that
Black
too.
Panther set in World War II.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, that looks interesting. But for Star Wars games, all they announced, unfortunately, no Jedi Survivor announcements.
Yeah.
What the heck? That's the
I
stuff
thought it
we
was supposed
want.
to be coming out this next year too.
Yeah, it's supposed to be coming soon.
You would think that would be a good time to do that.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit more update about that sandbox game that they're working on.
Maybe some official announcement. We don't have to hear through the trades.
These are completely unreasonable, Dan.
Yes, the official announcement about the KOTOR remake, maybe, or something.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's not much news until they can get closer to the release date. But anyway, what they did say, coming this holiday season, both 6 new DLC character packs for the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, as well as Skywalker Saga Galactic Edition, which will just include all of the DLC. And
oh my goodness.
supposedly, a little tagline that said, new features, and no other explanation on top of that. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Lego Skywalker Saga was fun. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, I know. You streamed a few.
What's the point of extra character DLCs? Most of the main ones are out there.
It's for Andor, Kenobi.
Okay.
They're adding Reva.
But there's basically 4 moves they get to do. It's not like... okay, sure. If you want to play Babu Frick out there or something.
Hey!
All right, you sold me. Never mind, I'm down.
So yeah, I mean, of course, they're releasing the SKU specifically for holiday season, so they could sell, another copy of the game.
Another million
basically.
units.
Exactly.
So, okay.
And of course, as we're recording, it's currently day 2 of D23. As we're recording today, the Marvel and Star Wars panel is live as we're recording, and I'd love to, be watching it instead of. Well,
I made you do the podcast instead.
No, but of course, on the main stage is where they're doing the Marvel and Star Wars panel. And guess what? The live stream is actually streaming, not the main stage.
I'm not shocked. They did we chatted about it briefly when we were getting set up, and they did the exact same thing at Celebration. I was in the main, audience hall where all the cool stuff was happening, and they were like in an adjacent one. I guess they like to maintain some exclusivity for people that actually show up, but still.
Yeah, but still,
yikes.
So they're currently streaming the National Geographic panel.
Oh boy!
Yay!
Hey, all 15 of us are very excited about that. I mean, I like Nat Geo stuff.
Honestly, way back in the day when I worked for Sony, it was actually something good to put on because it really showed off how well the TVs looks.
Very dynamic stuff.
The Planet Earth Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
right in there.
But anyway, so once that information from those not currently being streamed panels comes out, we'll, I'm assuming next episode, be recapping all that stuff. In addition to that, the parks panel, what's going on, in the parks, new attractions, etc. That is, as of recording, tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get some news either on Star Tours or Galaxy's Edge. Hoping for new scenes in Star Tours.
Did they announce an even more complicated ride that will break down twice as many times?
We'll see when they do that stream tomorrow.
Oh boy,
or at least
okay.
that panel. We'll see if they actually stream it or not.
Place bets now.
All
right. I love Rise of the Resistance. It breaks a whole lot.
Right. I mean, during the opening thing yesterday, they did mention the Avengers Campus, the new e-ticket ride that's going to go in there.
Oh,
so it's,
did they?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's supposed to be like Soarin', a combination of Soarin' and I don't know if you know the Harry Potter ride, where they put you basically on a seat on an arm robot.
Oh yeah.
So it's supposed to be kind of a swooping around 3D experience, kind of things like that.
Okay, that seems good.
At least that's what the speculation is, at least from patents and whatnot that come out. So.
Okay, that could be cool. I like Soarin' a lot.
Yeah,
it's very mellow.
Well,
anyways,
I mean, if this is kind of an e-ticket, it's not going to be mellow. We'll see.
I'm so happy that you used the term e-ticket. Like, what is that? 1960s?
Well, that's still the term in the kind of theme park industry.
Oh, is that what it is?
What level of ride it is?
Wow, look at you with your insider information.
Yeah.
You subscribe to all the YouTube channels.
I do. But one, and literally as we were setting up, one last thing that dropped out of D23, the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer.
Yay!
Which we watched it quickly before, and you confirmed it was the one that was shown.
It looks like it was. It's been obviously a couple months, but all the highlight moments that I remember were in there. So
yeah, so it doesn't look like anything.
Watch that.
Oh yeah,
hot dropping Mandalorians.
Yeah, actually, I should post that on the Outrider Facebook as soon as we.
Yeah, you should.
As soon as we wrap on that.
Yeah. Master of the books.
Yes. So yeah, more to come, definitely. So stay tuned. We'll hopefully catch some more information next episode.
It's a beautiful Star Warsy kind of world.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Lower Decks. No, I'd love
last
to.
Last episode was great,
it was
actually.
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, actual Legion stuff going on.
What?
Yeah, a couple little things, and actually, again, just this weekend have started to crop up.
Okay.
Just actually recently posted the Crashed X-Wing expansion. Kind of leaked on Asmodee's French web store. So all we have is pictures so far.
But what a picture.
What a picture. Yeah, actually, the model looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just one big chunk like the Crash ATSD. It's got a lot of smaller fragments and rocks going on.
Dan, are we saying that X-Wings in Legion are confirmed now?
Yes.
X-Wings are coming to Legion.
Yes, X-Wings
Hot
are.
damn,
yes,
all right.
X-Wings are actually coming to Legion.
Do you think they'll be functional?
Just like escape pods and bunkers.
Yes.
They are coming to Legion.
Well, yeah, yes.
But of course, the picture does show one interesting thing is a mini of a Rebel pilot. So
yeah.
I'm curious, is this going to be a mission a la the Crash Escape Pod, Crash ATSD?
Oh, I'm sure they'll have like some scenario pack in there, which is always a lot of fun.
Pilot kind of thing.
Yeah,
maybe.
We should set up for one of these Cantina events to do like some of those.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. It's been a long time since I played that.
Yeah, we should get some of the Crash ATST kits and
I mean, sure,
bunker
dramatic exit, but
yeah.
it's a smoke bomb.
It's a but
yeah, I can't wait to use that little downed X-wing dude for like hostage exchange and
that'd be
other
great.
things.
Yeah, great hostage
nice
bottle.
Plug-in dude.
One awesome thing I noticed in all the wreckage, and like I said, it's a bunch of smaller individual terrain pieces, not just one giant one. One of them has kind of a sad little half buried, bent in weird places R2 or R unit.
Aww. If any of my gears or circuits would be useful, I'd happily donate them.
Yes. But I was hoping there'd be some sort of description that we could throw into Google Translate and see what,
a little bit more
more spiel about it or something. But no, it's literally just the box art and a description of, manufacturer Asmodee, players too, that kind of.
Oh, okay. Just the stuff that we already know.
Yeah, exactly.
And something about croissants.
Yes, yeah.
Baguettes,
yeah. So yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, it's always nice to get more terrain, and I like that they're going to be doing some scatter pieces in there because obviously my board, as we've noted a few times, lacks for scatter pieces. So that might actually be a nice little thing to plug in there. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, can't wait for more details on that. It'd be nice if we get a preview of the scenario.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah,
maybe they'll do it on a painting stream or something soon. I'll have to see, because all the painting streams recently have been almost exclusively Marvel. I mean, they showed off the Sentinels, but
the Sentinels are kind of cool. Yeah. I gotta say.
Yeah,
did you see a size on them? I've just seen like the silhouettes and the artwork.
No, I didn't look too deep at it because I don't play Marvel MCP.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I glanced. I'm like, oh, cool, Sentinels.
I'm gonna be like 3 feet tall.
I mean, brought me back to like, oh yes, the X-Men '90s cartoon.
I mean, it's coming back, buddy. The '90s are coming back. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, get your grunge out. Get your flannels.
So I'm expecting our listeners at home to kind of do a running counter of how many times we've gone off topic.
Don't freaking draw attention to it, man. We're trying to weave it into the show. But there was events actually happening as well.
Yes, Nova Open happened. It was a.
Why do they call it Nova?
That's a very good question. I'm sure there is a great reason.
Oh, you actually?
But I never actually paid attention.
It's because it's North Virginia.
Oh, actually, that's kind of cool. Actually,
at least I think that's what it is. I could have sworn I heard that somewhere.
I don't know. We're just two Western.
Yeah,
West Coast
two southwestern boys trying to make our way through the galaxy.
But yeah, this was.
Did I say Northwest or?
No, you said South.
I did Southwest. Okay, never mind. Wow, straight tripping, dog.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of the first events that's come out that had a World's Invite on the line. So those are starting to roll out to these events now, which is awesome. Which, by the way, LVO will have one as well.
Well, but who knows when that's happening?
Yeah. Who does know?
No, nobody knows. It's just in the future, some sort of nebulous thing.
But some interesting lists were coming out of Nova.
Let's hear what was going on at Nova.
Well, first of all, I have to shout out to bestie of the podcast, Keegan.
Oh, I thought that was LJ.
No, he's the one who got away.
Right? Oh, okay. our significant other.
Yes. So yeah, which Keegan, congrats, went 7th.
Yay, go Keegs!
And of course, with his usual Republic Bark fare.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic.
Which is good. I mean, results.
How many players did they have? Do we know?
I did not write that down. I apologize.
Okay, there's lots of players.
Yes, there were.
So actually, top 7. He was in the top 7.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he'll be talking about it on Legion 99. So make sure to check out their next episode.
Yeah, hey, Keegan, you want to come on?
Probably.
I want to hear about it.
Yeah. We'll get all the behind the scenes stuff that they miss out on their episode.
Yeah. Interesting thing I noticed on all these lists here: top 8, no droids.
What? Yeah. Top 8, no droids. Is that because they're pushing that new super secret Geonosian thing on the CIS side?
I mean, yeah, there's lots of demand for Geonosians.
On the just Facebook no CIS, huh?
Yeah. So actually, there were 2 Republic lists, Keegan being one of them, of course, in the top 8. A lot of Empire and 1 Shadow Collective lists.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, Empire, huh?
Yeah. A couple Blizzard Force lists, too.
Ooh.
So what the heck, we'll go over it. First place, Kyle Dornbos. I mean,
hey, Kyle, right
yeah,
on.
I mean, he wins lots of stuff.
Yeah,
so
he's good. He's real good.
he was
Archimedes
running
himself.
He was running an Iden Boba list. So Iden and Bounty. Which now I'm looking at this, I'm like, this looks pretty spicy.
I can see the wheels turning.
Yeah, I'm liking this. I might have to put a very close variant of this.
IdenBobaWish.com.
Yes. It's Ivan and
Bofabet.
Yeah, Ivan and Bob A. Feet.
Yeah.
The second place one though, that was one of the craziest lists out there. Evan Bulrus over at the Fifth Trooper.
Nice.
Double speeder truck, triple swoop.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was
I like
the Mad
that.
Max Fury Road.
Yeah,
kind of.
That's cool.
Yeah, with of course the buses had Black Suns inside them and just a couple pikes to fill out the rest of the list. So
those pikes, though.
But going second, I mean that just must have been just something so off the wall that no one expected it. And...
Yeah, no kidding. That's impressive.
Third place was Richard Lavery. I apologize if I mispronounced that. He was running Veer's Quad Bikes Blizzard Force list.
Beautiful.
Which is, just solid there, and it's
Beep,
man
beep,
after
beep,
my
beep,
own
beep,
heart,
beep.
because that's what I ran back in the good old year of 2018.
How many bikes?
4 bikes.
4 bikes. So actually, you were cheating then, if that's what you were running back in. Okay. Just saying. Got to keep you honest.
Fourth place was Mike Berry with dashes with Anakin, Padme, and with some arcs and some pikes thrown in there.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Get some... Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yep. Fifth place was Corey Satili. Again, sorry if I mispronounced that, with a Vader 4 bikes Blizzard Force list.
Really?
So, kind of see which way Blizzard Force is going on this.
Yeah. I mean...
I think we saw that when we first...
Bikes on bikes.
I talked on that. Sixth place and the first Rebel list in there, Eric Pichette, which was Han and Chewie.
Yeah!
Cassian and K2.
Oh.
And a bunch of Wookiee warriors.
Wow.
So I think this is a list after John's heart. Right
yeah,
here.
yeah. This is like John and Jeff got together and had a horrible Ewok Wookiee love child. And Ewookie.
Seventh place was, of course, our man Keegan with his Anakin Barks.
Nobody cares.
And eighth place was Iden ISF, a Death Trooper.
Nice.
And speeder bikes as well. So
okay,
kind of kind of a heavy hitter Alpha Strike list.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's some really interesting lists there.
Yeah.
No droids.
No droids.
That still blows my mind.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know. I mean, droids were
I wonder if people are just anticipating and starting to tech against them, and so they're...
Yeah, I mean, the pikes were a good counter against the Ion Spiders, considering they have a heavy with impact and can stack dodges, so it's harder to shoot them. And it can also shoot back at range for the Ion Spider. So, yeah, I think the pikes kind of shut down the Ion Spider.
All right. Wow. Putting their footprint on the battlefield already, those pikes.
Yeah.
People really like them.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
they're strong.
A lot of these lists here included the pikes, obviously, because they're great filler in almost every faction that can take them, which is every faction. So.
Yeah. I like that Rebel list a lot, too.
Oh, yeah, that Rebel list.
That's pretty smexy.
Let me go back to it here. So it's Han and Chewie, Cassian K2, Fleet Trooper, the Rebel officer, 2 Rebel Troopers with medical droids.
Oh.
And 3 melee Wookiees with tenacity, duck and cover, and recon intel.
Wow.
So that's,
that sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. I was looking at a similar kind of loadout just because of all the token, passing around for K2SO and Cassian and
all that teamwork.
Yeah, Han and Chewie there. That's just, more green tokens on the board, and then having the medical droids to keep everybody moving, bringing back a Wookiee maybe with 1 health. Yeah. Seems all right. Wait, you can do that, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure. Wasn't going crazy. I haven't run a medical anything in so long.
But yeah, a lot of interesting stuff coming out of there. Like I said, hey, Keegan, I know you're listening. Call us.
Have your people call our people. Turns out we're just people. And so you like that Boba Fett list?
Oh, yeah, so that Iden Boba. Well, of course, then the Veers bikes list, too. I'm like, I like both of these. And I mentioned last episode I've been kind of in a painting rut, so I'm switching back to Empire with a little bit of pikes. This is kind of tickling the parts of me that,
making you feel things. Like when you used to climb the rope in gym class.
Yeah.
Cool.
I haven't had much going on because work has been crazy, but
yeah, I know. That's why you're missing D23 right now
Yeah,
in here, because this is one of the few times we could actually get together this weekend.
Yeah.
But anyways, that sounds really good. Hopefully it was a great event. I'm sure we'll get some boots on the ground input on that here real soon. We're going to go ahead and take a short break, and then we'll be back to talk about the dynamic exit. Be right back. Hey guys, Matt here to tell you about our friends over at 6up Supply. If you're like me and don't have access to your own 3D printers, 6up Supply has you covered with a whole suite of printing services to bring those awesome files to life. The Outriders are proud to be partnered with 6up, and you could find special themed terrain, gear, and tokens with a big discount for Patreon members in the Outrider Central section of the website. And that's not all. You can also get terrain bases, game supplies, tools, LED kits, and more. Stuff is being added all the time. So stop by the number 6upsupply.com and use coupon code OUTRIDER to save 10% on your next order, and let them help you up your game.
You are receiving the Legion Outriders podcast. Ending the transmission now would be most unfortunate. And now, the Outriders.
Welcome back, Outriders. We have the new dynamic exit.
yeah.
Promo pack, scenario kit, what have you, that well, we were trying to get through our local FLGS, but apparently there were some garbled subspace transmissions, but Dan rode to the rescue, saved the day, and got one on eBay, which you're not supposed to do. So
What are you talking? It
What?
doesn't say not for
It fell
resale
off the back
anywhere
of
on
a
the back. Yeah,
I'm
actually
pretty sure it does.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Actually, it does.
But that's fine. So we got
on
one,
the
and we're
5
sharing
of
with
6
the community.
sides of the box I looked at, it did not say
You
not
did
for...
not- Apparently, they say possession is 5/6 of the law, I guess. I don't know. But real quick, just heads up to our patrons out there. We did mail out those Blizzard Force Stormtrooper cards.
Yes.
So I've seen people have been reporting they've been arriving. But if you're overseas and you still haven't got one, it should be any moment now. But if you are in the States and you haven't received one and you were expecting one, let me know and we'll try to get some replacements out. But it should be all the way out.
Right.
But anyways.
Cool.
So yeah, dynamic exit. This was the one that they were showing off at Star Wars Celebration. They were doing little demos on. I tried to sit down, but I swear every time I went over to the booth, it was just packed. So I got to get a look at the cards.
Yeah, you got to photo the cards.
Shh, I was going to say that part again. Damn it. Trying to forget that.
Someone got sacked for that, I'm sure.
No, I'm sure they didn't, but I'm sure somebody got COVID for it. But
Oh.
seems like everybody did there. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's a skirmish style
It's
kind
on
of
a 3x3.
event. Yep.
And yes, I totally didn't pick up the box just because I wanted them all full art anyway. So.
Right.
But anyway, the tokens were interesting because
There's lots of tokens.
Lots of tokens. The weird thing is all the objective tokens are not objective token sized.
Okay.
So
are they objectives?
yeah, they are.
Okay.
I mean, they are for game rules.
Are you sure
purposes.
that's true? It's not just a subjective objective?
So yeah, they are unlike 27mm base size. They're actually the same diameter as a smoke grenade token.
Oh, okay.
So a
So
little
not
bit
an
smaller.
unprecedented
Not
size
an unprecedented
of
token,
cardboard.
but I'm just thinking it's not like the Dianoga that was a random 55mm.
Yeah, I
token
mean, it
on
could
there.
be. I mean, there was so many things to put on the board for that. So
Yeah.
maybe they're just trying to keep the real estate down a little bit.
Yeah, maybe the math didn't work out when it was the bigger size. When you're trying to do 2.5 range. Yeah, so the half range ruler was
Okay,
an interesting.
let's
thing.
get into this. So Dan, I don't want to say that you were like Captain Ahab, shooting his heart upon the half range ruler, but you said very specifically, and I quote, "I can't wait to get some calipers on this." Actually, I might be paraphrasing.
Yes,
but
you were paraphrasing.
You definitely said the word calipers.
Yes, and
What were your findings?
my findings were that I gave all the tokens to Jeff because he wanted to keep the copy, and I didn't measure the other ones.
Are you kidding me right now? I feel betrayed. I must say, I was feeding into your enthusiasm for such a menial thing, and I feel I'm disappointed. I'm very sad with you, Dan. We're gonna have to have a little chat after this, I guess. Well, I was gonna talk for 5 minutes about that. No. Okay.
No.
So eyeballing it, what do you think?
No, it's eyeballing and putting up to a regular range ruler. It did look pretty much half.
Okay, good enough for cardboard punch outs, I guess. Use the one that comes in the box.
Use the one that comes in the box.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want an exact measurement, 139 days to LVO.
That's not the measurement I want. I don't want that measurement at all.
But anyway,
I've been being bamboozled left and right here.
Setting up on the board, of course, we played using your factory board.
Yep.
That's coming along well. Where's that coming to LVO as well?
Yeah, that's going to be available for. It was actually at LVO last year. It just wasn't needed, so it sat in the crate. But it'll be traveling again this year.
So you're basically set up. There's a defending player and attacking player.
Yeah, it's an asymmetrical setup. So the attacker gets 500 points.
Skirmish rules, except it specifically says no support units.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop. So I was playing defender. Jeff was playing attackers. He was bringing his. He had the Shadow Syndicate.
Yeah,
he had basically Gar and Pikes.
Gar, Bosk, and a bunch of Pikes. Yeah. Whippy Pikes.
Whippy Pikes. Oh my God, Whippy Pikes on a 3x3. Spoiler alert, they're pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So and then I was bringing out. I had it backwards. I thought it was no heavy dudes that I could bring, and I could bring support. So I had to go retool my list at the last minute. So I ended up bringing Han and Chewie, which I'm trying to get more playtime with anyways, doing an Echo list with just Rebel veterans, and that was it. So 400 points doesn't go too far, it turns out.
It was Han, Chewie, 2 Rebel vets, and 2 Mark IIs.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, so it was a little weird trying to build for 400 points. I remember Jeff saying he was trying to build for it and he was having trouble.
Yeah, that's because he likes to build good lists. And I like to build lists I like.
And the Venn diagram of those two is...
Sometimes there's a little overlap, and we call that one T47s.
But basically it's... there's a bunch of computer terminals and a bunch of boxes.
Yes.
And both players are trying to...
So I hope you were paying attention, because I still have no idea what Jeff was doing. We only got the one game in, and I'd kind of want to give it another whack now that I have a better idea what's going on. It's kind of like when you sit down to a board game for the first time, and you go through the rules, and you start piecing things together, but until you actually get in and start playing, you're like, oh, okay. So I did things like I put my Mark II next to one of the terminals, because one of the things, he's trying to shut down... automated defenses. I'm trying to turn them back on, and I was like, "Cool, I'll have one of my Mark IIs, camping over here doing that." Yeah, and it can't interact.
Right.
So that was my
replacement troopers don't have thumbs.
Right, and apparently. I was just apparently. And I swear I thought there was a rule that said that they could, and I was wrong. So we looked at that up. So that was interesting. Also. So he's trying to get in and get a box, but he doesn't know which box it is.
Right.
And also he needs to disable the defenses before he can leave.
More specifically, there's 3 different colors. There's 2 pairs of 3 different colors of boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're supposed to shuffle them up, and then the attacking player pulls one and looks at that color, puts it back face down, and they're all face down on the board, and he's looking amongst the 5 that are still on the board for the other one that's that one.
Oh, so
color.
He's got to do a little match game.
He's got to do a little match game thing.
Yeah, I had no idea what he was doing.
Now, looking at the terminals, he can actually start peeking at the boxes to figure out which one he has to go to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of little shell game going on there, that he doesn't know exactly what his his objective is, or at least where his objective is, but he knows he has to go find it. It was because honestly, I don't think he was playing that game early. It was more just run forward and kill your guys as much as possible.
Yeah, so spoiler alert, there was a lot of that. To also hammer the defenders. So basically, defenders game is to try and stall for 6 rounds. So this is a 6-round game, and basically, if they are still not meeting their objectives and off the board, the defending player wins, which was red player in this.
Right. But they put the bread player on a hell of a back foot. Not only less points.
Yeah, not less points, but yes. So there is a
Yeah.
rule called flat-footed in there. It's basically you're supposed to be like bumbling around like warehouse security guys at a cranberry silo. And you have a thing called flat-footed. It kind of looks like a smaller, suppression token. We've got a little exclamation mark, very Metal Gear style, I guess. And you can't basically interact with anything. You can't shoot. You can't be powering up terminals, doing anything like that until you get within range 3 of an enemy unit. And then you have a chance to roll 1 white die. And if it's at range 3, it's, if I recall, one white die.
Range
you roll
2,
a block,
yeah.
You get to remove that. So then you can start acting as normal. It's like, oh crap, there's dudes over there,
Yeah.
Sound the alarm. Spoiler alert, nobody believes the guy that wants to sound the alarm, because one of the actions you can do is you get a free action each round. Once you remove the flat-footed, you can try to warn somebody at range 1,
Right.
was it? Yeah.
So
like, hey, there's dudes over there. None of my guys wanted to believe that, because you're rolling a red dice then. You still need a block, and I guess I was just getting unlucky with those. But
yeah, right, Steve.
yeah,
People
you got
come on.
people in here.
You're
Get out of
right.
here. What a laser blast going by. Whatever. I don't hear anything. It was and until like round 5, I still had one of my Mark IIs that I dubbed him Sir QAnon, who just decided it was all just a false flag operation, and it's like, whatever, you guys, it's Antifa, whatever. He wasn't engaging. He was just hanging out back there. But so I was trying to like push my guys forward to be able to try and remove the flat-footed so I could start like firing back and doing things. Unfortunately, while Chewbacca is a mighty Wookiee, sending him in, he went and tore up a squad of pikes, but then like 2 more jumped in there with the whips, and that was the end of Chewie.
Oh yeah, Chewie. I mean,
he got Chewied up. Yeah,
it was a valiant melee.
Oh my goodness, yeah, and he was able to warn Han as he's overwhelmed by whipping pikes, and it was just like, oh damn. So but then I was basically just fighting a retreating withdrawal, trying to just slow him down with Han just pew 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 as much as he could. And he was doing some work, but having to go against, because he had Gar Saxon as his HQ, and then Bosk was out there, and then pikes are no slouches.
Yeah, to be more specific, 4 squads of whippy pikes.
Yeah,
Bosk and Gar Saxon. Yeah. Even for just a standard skirmish game, that is actually a really strong list.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was. I think that would just be a strong, normal 500-point list, as you said. So he was able to dominate one of the things, go through, shut down all the defenses, and I was kind of still slowly falling back.
You're still yelling at this Mark II. Like, look, there are people there. Come on.
No, there's clearly, absolutely not going on right now. I don't believe it.
It's like I haven't finished my cigarette yet. I'm not going to.
Yeah, he's on conspiracy websites, just won't look up. But so he ended up, I think we got to round 5, and then he was able to, he had all the defenses shut down, and he had to exit through my little square, because deployment's a little bit different too. It's like a 2x2 square right in the center
and
of
then
one of the edges.
For the defender, and then the attacker literally has the opposite board edge.
Yeah.
They have to start on the edge of the board.
Yeah. So, again, it was just one game. I would be happy to try it again. I kind of feel first glance like it should be 500 versus 500. Yeah. Having to deal with the flat-footed as well.
And it's the lessened range. We didn't bring that up.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's reduced range. So all of range is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1.
Yeah, so which whippy pikes don't care. They want to be there.
Yeah,
anyway,
they want to be in range 1. They're fine with it.
I think because of course I when I got the kit, I put pictures of it in our the Outrider chat. And so Jeff was reading that, and I'm sure he was teching specifically for it this whole time. And I know you were building your list alert the day of. So.
He's wicked smart like that. I was like, well, I want to get more. I got to try out the command cards for the Echo-based defenders, so that was cool. I actually really liked them and how they were doing, as opposed to my normal generic officer command cards. So I felt like I was doing a little bit more.
And I think these building rules really help the Battle Force boxes. Because with the no support requirement for this mission, but most of the Battle Force boxes require you to take a support. So you're not having to eat up points with that one random support.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm thinking, like, even Blizzard Force, you can throw those awesome Stormtrooper squads in there and not be tied down with having to bring an E-Web or a speeder bike.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping we'll get another game in from that. It's definitely very interesting. Like I said, lots of cardboard pogs all over the place. Yeah. So there was the terminals he was trying to hack, and then there was the actual crates. Mm-hmm. And then both players have their own interactions they're trying to do to keep the defenses on it. Having played through it now, obviously there was some errors I made. I already talked about some of them. I think I would just I'd have one small squad go up and try to get that, maybe two, try to get in there, get removed for the flat-footed, and then bring them back and just have, like, set up a bastion of defenders right there at that 2x2, because I think I could, keep that in pretty well. Yeah, the reduced range still kind of hurts, but I think I would do that and make it a little bit tougher for him to escape. And then if I could have just one person standing next to one of the terminals powering it up, and that might delay it a little further. So that might work a little bit better next time, even with the points discrepancy. But overall, it was pretty fun. Yeah, I liked it. I like having these alternative scenarios to go to, and hopefully a lot of you folks will be able to get out there, get some games in with it, and get those mall full art cards.
Because I've reached out to our friend, the local game store owner, and reiterated, hey, can we please just get this kit? Mm-hmm. So hopefully,
sure.
Hopefully we'll get it so that we can get the so we can get that running in our community as well. So
yeah, instead of now that Jeff has all the pieces. Wait, is it only one piece of cardboard for all that? Okay.
One kit supports 8 players, so...
Okay, with all the little half-range things and all that? What was the half-range thing for anyways? I didn't use it.
Because Jeff set up the board while you were building your list.
Okay.
It's for placement of the tokens. The tokens have to go from certain board edges, 1.5 from here, 2.5 from there. So they're using half things to get a little more fidelity and placement of the...
Okay, I see that.
Of the objectives.
Yeah, I had to go, and like I said, I thought I couldn't bring heavy supports. So I was bringing tons, because I was like, I'll just run them in there. It'll be great. Don't have to worry about flat-footed, and I'll just start ram-horning people.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's why they said no supports, because I'm sure during playtesting they're like, well, tons or speeder bikes or even E-webs would be pretty nasty on these things.
Yeah, maybe. But
or the FD cannons.
What would you do for an Empire list on that if you were defending, Dan?
Defending. Yeah. Okay. I'm still maybe because I'm just on. It was on my brain at the time. I was thinking a Veers Blizzard Force with those heavy response storms. Yeah. Because again, everything was reduced by 1 to a minimum or to a maximum of 3. Yeah. So you still have 2 core squads that can still throw, 3 red, 3 white at range 3.
That seems pretty good.
And I think that Jeff was using that advantage with his army list because he had Gar with his rifle.
Oh, man, that freaking rifle was killing me, literally.
And then Boss, which both reach out to 4 normally. So he was still actually able to shoot at range 3, while your Han was sitting there like, I got to go around a corner and
range
shoot.
1, range 1. I mean, to be fair, he was sticking and moving like a champ out there until he just got locked up into melee, and it was just like, all right, that's it.
So Jeff had an amazing list for this mission of just a wall of melee tar pit and 2 range guys that can reach out and poke.
Man, those win-at-all-cost players, I swear.
Well, yeah, definitely something that can leverage the reduced range. Yeah. So definitely bring things that sometimes can go to 4, just so you have that ability to go to 3 if needed.
Yeah. Yeah. Activations, I think, is a big thing. Spreading them out as much as you can with Defender. So I might do like multiple cheaper units if I was to play that again. So I can have people, interacting with the terminals and trying to get as many people warning other people as possible, so we can drop that flat-footed quickly, so we can start returning fire and hopefully defend ourselves.
Maybe not necessarily 500, maybe like 450. Because
maybe I think 450.
I think the 100-point price difference was
20% difference.
Yeah, that was a bit much and made it a lot more difficult for the defenders.
I don't know. I mean, it's for funsies. Yeah. This isn't going to be perfectly balanced the way all things should be, but
add another one to the counter. But anyway,
yeah.
So it was a good time. So we'll have to set up maybe another time to try that again.
Yeah, definitely. This week's going to be pretty busy. Maybe we can get a game in. So. Maybe we'll try and align our calendars again and report back after the Mark II Redux, now that we kind of have a better idea what's going on.
Electric Boogaloo, sir.
Electric Boogaloo, yes. My mistake. But any other thoughts on what you might bring to that?
Yeah, I'll have to throw more. I mean,
I feel like I'd have to be
like
attacker next time since I already played defender.
Yeah. So I like the pikes. Another, well, at least a Blizzard Force / Empire unit that would love to be at range 1/0. Move some flamer snows. Would be kind of hot.
I see what you did there, and I hate you for it.
Yeah.
Extra crispy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, not a lot else to talk about today. We went through all the news and all that, and that's the game. But we'll be back here in a couple of weeks. But thank everybody for tuning in. And if you have any news, questions, or feedback, you can email us at legionoutriders@gmail.com. Stop by the Facebook page for Facebook, the Master of the Books, Outrider Dan, at facebook.com/Legion Outriders. Or you can find us out in the universe out there. Dan, where are you?
Usually hanging out on the Discord as either Dan Tech or Outrider Dan, and of course hanging out in your streams watching you play Lego Star Wars Skywalker.
Well, it's been a little while since then.
Yeah.
I've been really... I've never played Grand Theft Auto Online, and I've just been hooked in. It's been a lot of fun. But anyways, I've been playing a lot of that recently.
I mean, it must be a good game if it's been running as long as it has.
Almost 9 years now, so a lot of content. But anyways, twitch.tv/Captain_Archer. Jump in, play some games with me. Or you can find me on Twitter at @GRN_Archer, or on the Discord as Captain Archer or Outrider Matt. Anyways, guys, thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
This concludes the current episode of the Legion Outriders podcast. You may cultivate a tactical advantage by observing the Outriders on Facebook or Twitter at Legion Outriders. Wisdom advocates subscribing to the podcast. Acting otherwise is reckless.